Welcome to BookBuzz Reviews and Summaries. Imagine if you could unlock the secret to mastering any skill faster, better, and with more depth than you ever thought possible. What if greatness wasn't something reserved for the lucky few born with natural talent, but something that could be cultivated, nurtured, and grown? Welcome to The Talent Code by Daniel Coyle, a groundbreaking exploration into the science of human potential. In this book, Coyle takes us on an incredible journey across the globe, from a tennis academy in Russia to a music school in New York, uncovering the hidden mechanisms behind the world's greatest performers. He reveals that talent isn't just a gift, it's a skill built through deep practice, ignited by passion, and shaped by the right kind of mentorship. Whether you're an athlete, an artist, a teacher, or someone simply striving to be better at what you do, this book holds the blueprint for transforming raw potential into extraordinary ability. It's not magic, it's science. And the best part? These tools are within your reach. Get ready to shatter the myths about talent, dive into the depths of your own capabilities, and discover how greatness is truly grown. Let's begin this journey into the Talent Code. Summary Part 1 of The Talent Code. Greatness isn't born. It's grown. Here's How, by Daniel Coyle. In the opening chapters of The Talent Code, Daniel Coyle embarks on an enthralling exploration into the depths of what constitutes talent and greatness. He establishes a bold premise that talent is not an inherent trait, but rather a skill that is cultivated through specific processes and environmental factors. This foundational idea sets the stage for a captivating journey through neuroscience, psychology, and the various elements that fuel the development of extraordinary skill. Coyle takes readers on an immersive journey to discover the concept of deep practice, a central theme to his argument. He draws on research from developmental neuroscience to highlight the significance of myelin, a white matter sheath that wraps around nerve fibers and enables quicker and more efficient transmission of signals. Coyle illustrates how deep practice stimulates the production of myelin, thus enhancing the brain's wiring for certain skills. He emphasizes that the pathway to achieving mastery is less about mere repetition and more about an intentional form of practice that challenges individuals and stretches their abilities. Throughout this initial section, Coyle introduces real-world examples that breathe life into his ideas. He visits various talent hotbeds, from elite sports academies to musical conservatories, where he uncovers the shared characteristics of environments that consistently produce exceptional talent. These hotspots teem with individuals engaged in focused practice, nurturing mentorship, and a culture that celebrates not just success, but also the integral role of failure in the learning process. One poignant example involves the Russian tennis training centers, where Coyle describes young athletes rigorously honing their skills under the watchful eyes of coaches who foster a climate of perseverance and resilience. Coyle also dives into the psychology of talent development by illustrating the power of motivation and passion. He discusses how a supportive community and the presence of role models can ignite the fire of commitment within aspiring talents. Notably, he recounts the stories of individuals who overcame adversity and leveraged their surroundings to pursue greatness. This narrative thread not only highlights the importance of mentorship, but invites readers to reflect on the nature of encouragement and the impact of social connections in the journey toward mastery. The concept of ignition is another crucial element that Coyle introduces early on. He describes how inspiration, often sparked by mentors or role models, can catalyze one's desire to excel in a specific domain. He paints a vivid picture of how seeing extraordinary performances can evoke a sense of possibility in others, prompting them to take the first steps toward achieving their own greatness. This idea weaves together moments of awe and aspiration, challenging listeners to find their own sources of inspiration and consider how they might harness that energy for personal growth. As the chapters unfold, the blend of scientific insight and riveting storytelling creates a pulse of excitement that keeps readers engaged. Coyle's approachable writing style, interspersed with anecdotes and research findings, makes complex concepts accessible while imparting a powerful message. Greatness isn't an accident. It's a result of careful cultivation, strategic practice, and unwavering support. Coyle closes part 1 with a compelling promise of what lies ahead, a deeper dive into the mechanics of talent cultivation. He tantalizes readers with the possibility of unlocking their potential and urges them to reconsider their perceptions of talent. With a strong foundation laid, listeners will be itching to delve into the subsequent sections, where Coyle plans to unveil the intricacies of motivation, the role of culture, and the transformative power of deliberate practice, a journey that definitively proves that anyone, regardless of background or innate ability, has the potential to achieve greatness. In this gripping exploration of talent, Coyle transforms what many consider a naturally gifted trait into a compelling narrative of human capacity, igniting curiosity and a sense of possibility in every reader. Summary Part 2 of The Talent Code. Greatness isn't born. It's grown. Here's How, by Daniel Coyle. In Part 2 of The Talent Code, Daniel Coyle delves deeper into the intricate mechanisms that foster talent development, unraveling the importance of different dimensions that significantly influence the journey towards greatness. Building upon the foundational concepts introduced in the first part, Coyle expertly weaves together personal stories, scientific insights, and vivid observations drawn from talent hotbeds around the globe. This section is a tapestry of knowledge that holds the listener's attention, compelling them to reconsider not only how they view talent, but also how they might cultivate it in their own lives. Coyle starts the segment by examining the idea of deliberate practice, a term coined by psychologist K. Anders Ericsson. He emphasizes the critical distinction between mere repetition and the focused, purposeful effort involved in deliberate practice. Drawing from compelling examples, such as budding musicians rigorously training their craft, athletes pushing their physical limits, and chess prodigies perfecting their strategies, Coyle illustrates how mastery requires more than innate ability. It's about carving out the hours, the sweat, and the concentrated mental effort that lead to remarkable improvement over time. A powerful illustration comes from Coyle's exploration of the famous violinist Itzhak Perlman, whose extraordinary talent can be traced back to thousands of hours spent practicing not just in standard sessions, but through what he refers to as intelligent practice, which consists of breaking down techniques, focusing on perfecting minute details, and constantly challenging oneself to reach new heights. The listener can almost feel the resonance of Perlman's violin as Coyle brings the practicing process to life, igniting a passion for understanding how dedicated effort leads to extraordinary results. Throughout this part, Coyle draws attention to the role of ignition and its profound impact on motivation. He highlights how seeing others excel can spark an intrinsic desire to pursue greatness. With anecdotes of various top performers, like those in sports, music, and even academics, he illustrates how mentorship and community support cultivate an environment ripe for talent development. These stories resonate deeply, showcasing the profound effects of encouragement, shared experiences, and role model influence in igniting one's passion. The reader is left to ponder how they might seek out or become such sources of inspiration in their own spheres. Coyle also revisits the concept of myelin, previously introduced, and offers further exploration into its function. He emphasizes how deliberate practice leads to an increase in myelin around neural pathways, which in turn enhances skill acquisition and retention. This scientific basis not only validates the principles of deep practice, but also inspires a sense of hope. After all, it means that everyone has the potential to improve with the right dedication and methods. Coyle's refreshing examination of brain development reinforces the premise that greatness can be cultivated by anyone, regardless of their starting point. Moreover, Coyle makes a compelling case for the need for failure in the learning process. He illustrates that stumbling and making mistakes is not a hindrance, but rather an integral part of the journey to mastery. By framing failure as a crucial stepping stone, he tackles the fear that often paralyzes aspiring talents, reminding readers that those who fail frequently often rise to greatness, stronger and more resilient due to their experiences. As the section progresses, Coyle shifts his focus to the importance of nurturing a talent-friendly environment. He explores various talent hotbeds from around the world, such as the renowned basketball camps in the United States and the competitive climbing environment in the Italian Dolomites. By highlighting the unique cultural nuances present in these settings, such as the unsparing competition and the relentless pursuit of excellence, Coyle reveals how culture itself plays a pivotal role in elevating talent to new heights. He challenges readers to consider how their own environments can either foster or hinder personal growth and achievement. Coyle's narrative is peppered with powerful quotes and insights from the experts he interviews, lending credence to his argument. As he weaves these threads together, he invites listeners to reflect deeply on their own potential, the role of practice, the importance of community, and the transformative power of mentorship. Just as the reader becomes engrossed in these revelations, Coyle prepares to launch into the final portion of his work, which promises to take them further into understanding the nuanced dynamics of developing talent. In this second part, Coyle captivates with not just the arguments presented, but also the engaging way he wraps them around real-life examples and scientific backing. His compelling prose creates a drive for self-improvement, urging the audience toward introspection about their own talents, how they can nurture them, and, ultimately, how they can contribute to an environment that sparks not just individual achievement, but encourages collective greatness. It's a powerful reminder that while talent may be grown, it requires the right mindset, a community willing to uplift, and the perseverance to navigate the inevitable challenges along the way. As the section wraps up, listeners are left energized and eager to uncover the secrets of sustained growth and excellence in the concluding segment of the journey through the landscape of talent cultivation. Summary Part 3 of The Talent Code. Greatness isn't born. It's grown. Here's How, by Daniel Coyle. In the climactic third part of The Talent Code, Daniel Coyle brings the narrative full circle by synthesizing the principles of talent development discussed in earlier sections, while also providing insightful guidance on how individuals can harness these principles to achieve their own greatness. This part serves as a powerful culmination of the insights from the previous chapters, showcasing how curiosity, culture, individual effort, and conscious strategies can create a holistic approach to mastering any skill. Coyle begins by reiterating the importance of the blueprint established in Parts 1 and 2, that greatness is cultivated through specific practices rather than simply bestowed upon a lucky few. He cleverly navigates the complexity of talent, delving into the role of culture and community in shaping not just individual aspirations, but also the collective drive that propels groups toward excellence. This exploration emphasizes how the surrounding environment, including family dynamics, educational institutions, and peer relationships, can dramatically influence one's ability to thrive. One of the key elements Coyle introduces in this section is the idea of purposeful practice. He educates readers on the importance of setting clear, achievable goals in their practice routines. This principle moves beyond mere repetition and dives deep into what it means to practice with intent. Challenges are anticipated, specific skills are targeted for improvement, and progress is routinely evaluated. With this guidance, Coyle emphasizes that mastery is a pathway paved with small victories, each leading to greater accomplishments. The stories woven into this analysis, of musicians who meticulously dissect their pieces, athletes who break down game film, and students who engage in focused study, paint a vivid picture of effectiveness backed by a clear sense of purpose. As he unfolds his narrative, Coyle also highlights the necessity of resilience in the face of setbacks. He shares gripping anecdotes of storied figures, science icons, celebrated artists, and sports legends who overcame significant obstacles through unwavering dedication. He communicates that encountering challenges is an essential part of the journey. Greatness comes to those who embrace their failures and learn from them instead of being deterred. Coyle argues that resilience, cultivated through practice and a supportive community, is perhaps the most critical trait on the path to achieving excellence. Coyle also emphasizes the power of feedback. He advocates for seeking constructive criticism and surrounding oneself with individuals who challenge and inspire. Notably, he shares the experiences of successful performers who actively seek out honest evaluations, viewing feedback as a vehicle for growth. This openness to critique fosters a dynamic of continuous improvement and adaptation that is essential for reaching the highest levels of skill. There's a raw truth in these stories that resonates with anyone who has sought to excel. Progress is often uncomfortable, but it is through that discomfort that true growth occurs. Perhaps the most captivating aspect of the conclusion is Coyle's focus on the human element within the cultivation of talent. He recounts touching narratives of mentorship and the bonds that form between trainers and their protégés during the pursuit of excellence. He illustrates how these relationships are not just about the transfer of knowledge, but are rooted in genuine care and commitment to one another's success. He reflects on how these mentorship dynamics can create a culture that embraces the learning journey, celebrating victories while acknowledging the importance of shared struggles. The depth of connection formed in these partnerships is illustrated with warmth and humanity, reinforcing the notion that the pursuit of greatness is as much about community as it is about individual effort. As he brings the book to a close, Coyle urges readers to recognize their unique journeys toward mastery. He provides practical tools and strategies, simple yet profound, that individuals can integrate into their daily lives to foster their own path of growth. Whether it be breaking down complex skills into manageable parts, seeking out mentors, or cultivating a resilient mindset, Coyle equips the audience with the knowledge that they have agency over their development. The final chapter resonates with a sense of empowerment, inviting listeners to internalize the concept that everyone possesses the potential for greatness. Coyle's message is clear and resonant. Greatness isn't restricted to the naturally gifted. Rather, it belongs to those who commit to the process of growth, fuel their passion with purposeful practice, learn from their failures, and create supportive networks that elevate everyone involved. In this riveting conclusion, Coyle reinforces the notion that developing talent is both an art and a science, an intricate dance of motivation, hard work, and the human connections that drive us toward our fullest potential. As the journey through the Talent Code comes to an end, readers are left not only with inspiring insights, but also with a renewed sense of possibility, an invigoration of spirit that fuels their own pursuits, pushing them to reach for their goals with tenacity and clarity. With this enchanting exploration, Coyle masterfully transforms abstract concepts into relatable and actionable steps, leaving each listener inspired to ignite their talent and pursue greatness. Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new video updates.